There are moments in life when everything just clicks. Time slows down. The noise fades. Every move feels effortless. You're no longer thinking about what comes next, you just know. You've entered the zone. Most people experience it by accident, in sports, art, music, or even work. But the truth is, this state isn't random. It can be trained. You can learn how to enter it on command. The zone is not some mystical power reserved for geniuses or athletes. It's a state of pure alignment between body, mind, and action, where intention and movement become one. The secret is learning how to quiet the voice that divides them. Most people live caught between thought and action. They hesitate, doubt, overanalyze. Their mind races ahead of their body, and they trip over their own thoughts. But when you enter the zone, that gap disappears. You're fully immersed in the present moment, awareness and action fuse together like flame and oxygen. The zone is where true mastery begins. It's not effort. It's flow. And like every skill, it starts with awareness. Think back to a time when you lost yourself in something, when hours felt like minutes. Maybe you were painting, writing, running, building something, or simply having a deep conversation that felt timeless. That wasn't luck. That was your natural state, before the noise of the world taught you to fragment your attention. You were born to flow. You just forgot how. Entering the zone is a process of remembering, returning to a state of wholeness that already exists within you. It begins when you stop forcing and start allowing. There are 3 gates you must pass through to enter the zone on command. The first is presence, the ability to anchor yourself fully in the now. The second is trust, the willingness to release control. The third is rhythm, the ability to move in harmony with what's happening, instead of against it. Let's begin with presence. Presence is awareness without distraction. It's not something you chase, it's what remains when you stop running. The mind loves to wander, it jumps to the future, replays the past, resists what is. Presence happens when you stop chasing the thought and return to the breath. When your mind is where your body is. The quickest path into presence is through your senses. Feel the texture of the moment, the air on your skin, the rhythm of your breathing, the weight of your body. The zone begins when awareness expands beyond thought. When you become the observer, not the thinker. Once you've entered presence, the second gate appears, trust. Trust is surrender. It's knowing that you don't need to control every outcome. The ego wants guarantees, it wants to know how things will unfold before they happen. But the zone doesn't work that way. You can't think your way into flow. You must feel your way there. Trust begins with letting go of tension. When you stop gripping so tightly, your movements become fluid. Your timing sharpens. You react without hesitation. You become part of the moment instead of separate from it. Watch an elite performer, a dancer, a martial artist, a musician, and you'll see trust in motion. Their confidence isn't arrogance, it's surrender. They're not fighting the current, they're moving with it. And that brings us to the third gate, rhythm. Rhythm is life's hidden language. Everything in nature moves in cycles, inhale and exhale, day and night, rise and fall. The zone exists inside that rhythm. When you learn to move with it, effort disappears. You find rhythm when you align your internal pace with external reality. When you stop rushing the moment or resisting its speed. The rhythm tells you when to act and when to wait, when to push and when to pause. The more you listen, the easier it becomes. At first, these 3 gates, presence, trust, rhythm, seem separate. But once you step through them, you realize they are one. Presence creates awareness. Awareness builds trust. Trust allows rhythm. Rhythm becomes flow. Now, here's the paradox. The harder you try to get into the zone, the further away it moves. Effort pulls you out of flow because effort is built on tension. You can't force stillness any more than you can squeeze water into shape. The key is to set the conditions and allow it to emerge naturally. Those conditions are simple: focus, relaxation, and intention. Focus is what anchors you. You direct your energy toward one thing and one thing only. Distraction loses its hold because there's no room left for it. Relaxation keeps the channel open. Tension closes it. If you're rigid, you break flow. If you're fluid, you ride it. And intention gives flow direction. Without intention, energy scatters. With it, energy aligns. When focus, relaxation, and intention meet, the zone arrives like gravity. You don't have to chase it, you simply fall into it. Think of a surfer waiting for a wave. They don't create the ocean. They study it. They learn its timing, its rhythm, its breath. Then, at the right moment, they align with it, and suddenly, they're flying. That's what entering the zone feels like. You and life moving as one. The zone is not mystical, it's biological. When you're deeply focused, your brain releases a symphony of chemicals: dopamine for motivation, endorphins for ease, norepinephrine for alertness. You enter a state of hyperclarity where your senses sharpen and time distorts. This is nature's design for high performance. The more you train it, the easier it becomes to return. Training your mind to enter the zone is like tuning an instrument. You adjust until you find the right pitch, and then you play. At first, it takes effort. But with practice, it becomes second nature. That's why focused people practice presence daily, through meditation, breathwork, or mindful repetition. They're not chasing peace. They're conditioning their nervous system to access it faster. They're building pathways that lead directly to flow. The secret isn't doing more. It's learning how to be more fully here, now. If you've ever watched someone perform at their peak, the artist painting with complete absorption, the athlete moving as if guided by instinct, the writer lost in creation, you've witnessed the zone in action. It's the same energy that flows through you when you stop trying to be perfect and start allowing yourself to just be. The zone is not about escaping reality. It's about entering it completely. Most people try to find focus by running from distraction. But the zone invites you to face it, to step through the noise and find stillness on the other side. To enter the zone on command, you need ritual. The body responds to cues. A certain sound, scent, or environment can tell your brain it's time to focus. Create small anchors: a candle, a song, a deep breath, something that signals it's time to begin. Over time, those cues become doorways. Each time you use them, your mind slips into familiarity faster. What once took minutes now takes seconds. Eventually, you can enter flow anywhere: before a big presentation, a workout, a creative session, or even a difficult conversation. Flow isn't limited to artists or athletes. It's available to anyone willing to train awareness and surrender. It's how you cook, write, parent, build, or breathe with purpose. The more you align with it, the more life aligns with you. Now here's the truth no one tells you: entering the zone isn't about performance. It's about peace. It's not about achieving more. It's about dissolving into the moment completely. In that space, you discover what real success feels like: effortlessness. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to breathe and show gratitude for being here. Every like, comment, and subscription helps this growing community share awareness, focus, and stillness in a world addicted to distraction. Thank you for walking this path with me. Let's reflect together. When was the last time you felt truly in flow? Was it at work, in nature, or in creation? Comment below and share your story. You never know who your words might inspire. Entering the zone is about remembering who you are when the noise disappears. It's where action and awareness merge into something timeless. Once you taste it, you'll spend your life returning to it, not because it's rare, but because it feels like home. When you live in that state, life doesn't feel like a series of problems to solve. It becomes a dance. You stop forcing. You start listening. You move with what's in front of you, confident that each step will reveal the next. And that's the art of flow: not control, but cooperation with life itself. Mastering this art takes time, patience, and humility. But those who learn it become unstoppable, not because they never struggle, but because struggle can no longer pull them out of alignment. That's the secret weapon of the focused mind, the ability to return to stillness faster than the world can shake it. And in the next video, we'll explore why masters practice the same moves for years, the hidden reason repetition creates freedom, and how discipline turns into art when done with awareness. Until then, breathe, focus, and remember, the zone isn't somewhere you go. It's something you become.